Hello, this is Mary Phillips, teen librarian and reference librarian at New City Library. Usually I'm in my garden. This morning we got a little over 1/10 of an inch of rain, which is basically nothing. We're about 10 inches down of where we should be at this time of year. Yesterday I worked in the library and I came home and wanted to be outside a little bit, so I went to my garden and picked some of my tomatoes. For those of you who've been following me, you know that in March I became a little bit discombobulated when I was planting my tomato seeds indoors, and I mislabeled them, or I switched everything around and couldn't tell what was what. And this is what happens when you can't tell what is what. I've got a surplus of tiny tomatoes. I've got probably super sweet. I'm not even sure what this is. It's like a little teardrop. And then I've got these large cherry tomatoes. And these aren't the first that I picked. I've picked 3 other sheets of these, and we've been eating them. So there's an old saying, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And so I did a little research on the internet and found that, yes, I can turn my supply of cherry tomatoes into a delicious sauce, a tomato sauce, even though they're small. As you can see, I do have some big tomatoes plants in the garden, but not as many as I usually do. This is a brandywine. This is probably my 4th of July, which is a smaller tomato. And this little sunburned guy here is off of the patio. That's a patio tomato. So I could tell the brandywine from the rest because of the type of leaf it has, and I could tell the patio tomato because it was going very, very short and stocky. So if you have a large harvest of small tomatoes like this, you can turn them into sauce. I went on the internet and found out that you can cook them in your oven for about 425 for about 45 minutes. Drizzle a little oil on them. Not a whole lot, but a little. And I'll put it on all of these guys. And then you can put some spices on if you want. If you want to spice it up later, because most of this I'm going to freeze because I can't use all this tomato sauce at one time. You can put a little garlic and onion powder if you want. I've got granulated garlic here, and I can just put some on these guys. A little bit of onion. And perhaps some salt. You can put pepper on if you want. You can spice it up after you make it. And after you cook this for 45 minutes, then you get a device that is really old-fashioned but works extremely well. The Foley food mill. I'm not even sure where I got this from. I might have inherited it from my mother or grandmother, but I have one. I don't remember ever buying it. I've had it so long, I haven't used it in years. I got it out of the closet, and as you can see, it's got a crank in the center. If you do tomatoes this way, I would suggest that you only put a few in at a time, and you can crank it around. It pushes all the nice pulp through these little holes, but it catches the seeds and the skins of the tomato. And then if you do it backwards, your skin and seeds end up on here. You can just scoop them out and put the next load in. And I've already made 3 containers of sauce from all the tomatoes I had. And it really made great sauce. So even though I made a mistake in my planting, I found out that, yes, you can make sauce, and really good sauce, out of cherry tomatoes.